I'm Craig Grant, and this is Cobweb Maths, where we make connections. In this video, it's TTP4. The T's are for teaching and testing. So you've got a couple of tests at the end of this video, and the P is for patterns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a pattern, and I'm going to relate it to adding and subtracting fractions. We'll come up with some conclusions that will help you, and I'll show you some strategies a strategy actually, to work it all out, and then I'll test you. Alright, we'll start with the pattern. Positive 2 plus positive 3 is just like adding 2 and 3 and you get 5. You start here at positive 2 and you go up 3 places, 1, 2, 3, and you get positive 5. The next one, positive 2 plus positive 2 is 4. Start at positive 2, go up 2 places and you're at 4. Similarly, for when you add 1, go to there, and when you add nothing, you just stay where you are. Now, we're right down to here. Now, when you go 2 plus negative 1, 2 plus negative 1, you go back 1 to 1. When you get 2 and you add negative 2, you go back 2 and you get to 0. When you get 2 plus negative 3, you're at 2 and you go back 1, 2, 3, and you get to negative 1. You're at negative 2 and you go back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's negative 2. Now, you can do this off the pattern. Look here. Positive 2 and positive 3 is 5. You reduce that by 1, so you reduce that by 1. As you go down, you subtract 1 from each of these numbers. So it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. So you start at 5 and you just go back 1 each time. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. When you go up from here, you add 1. Look, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 is, 1 plus 1 is 2, and so on. When you are adding a positive, you go up the number line, so you go this way. When you add 0, there is there, you stay where you are, and when you add a negative, you go down the number line. Now, there's also a concrete concept you can use. You can use like your bank account. If you start with $2 in your bank and you add another $3, you get $5. If, for example, you have $2 and you withdraw $1, you've got a bill for $1, so you have to pay for that. When you pay for that, your bank account will be down to $1. Now, suppose you've got $2 in the bank and you get a bill for $4, so you use your bank account to pay that bill, you'll end up owing $2. You'll be in the red. You'll have minus $2. You'll have to pay the bank some interest. Now we're going to go on to the testing side. Right, I'll put this over here and we'll do test 1. I'll just get it lined up so it should be straight and in the middle. Right, test 1. First thing you need to do is draw a number line and then write these questions down. Right, so I'll go through the questions and you write them down, and then you need to pause the video. So the first question is positive 3 plus positive 2. Next question is positive 3 plus negative 2. Third question is positive 3 plus negative 3. Next question is positive 3 plus negative 5. Next question is negative 4 plus negative 3. Plus positive. What's going on? Oh yeah, negative 4 plus positive 4. Question 7 is negative 4 plus negative 1. Question 8 is negative 4 plus negative 5. Make sure that you've got all those down. Then what you need to do is pause the video, work those out. If you haven't drawn a number line, draw a number line, and you start at the first number. Like those ones start at positive 3, so you start at positive 3 and then you add 2. Here, for this question here, you start at negative 4, which is down here, and then you will add 3. Okay, so pause the video and then come back. Okay, I assume you've switched the video on, so I'll go through the answers. You're at positive 3 and you go up 2, the answer is positive 5. You're at positive 3 and you go down 2, 1, 2, the answer is positive 1. I'll better write the answers here. That's positive 5, that's positive 1. The next one, you're at positive 3 and you go down 3, so that'll be 0. You're at positive 3 and you go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that will be negative 2 there. You're at, negative 4 here, and you go up 3. 1, 2, count that right. At negative 4 and you go up 3. 1, 2, 3, so you're at negative 1, that's correct. You're at negative 4 and you go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll be 0. And the next one, you're at negative 4 and you go down 1, that'll take you to negative 5. And look, this one here, at negative 4, and you've got to go down negative 5. So you'll go negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, right down to negative 9. No, just a point. When you've got a couple of negatives, you just add up the negatives. And like they were positives and make it negative. See, 4 and 5 is 9. 4 and 1 is 5. When they're the same size, then they cancel out. See here, there's some positive, some negative. When you're actually, what you can actually do, where the biggest ones are positive, you'll end up with positive answers. When they're both the same size, one's positive, one's negative, you'll get 0. And when the negative is bigger, you'll get a negative answer. And all you have to do is find the difference between 3 and 5, which is 2. So when the signs are different, the difference between 3 and 2 is 1, and the positive number is bigger, so it's positive 1. Alright, now we're going to now do test 2. I'll flip this over. Here's test 2. You need to write down these questions. I'll go through them with you. Make sure I didn't make any more mistakes. I think I made a couple of mistakes in the last one. So I'll pay close attention. That's positive 5 plus positive 3. Right? That's positive 5 plus negative 2. Third question is positive 5 plus negative 5. Then you made a mistake there. That's positive 5 plus negative 8. Question number 5 is negative 3 plus negative 3. Question 6 is negative 3. Oh, we've done that one. 7 is negative 3 plus negative 2. Question 8 is negative 3 plus negative 5. Alright, pause the video, do the questions, and then come back for the answers. Okay, I assume you've switched the video back on. If you go to the number line, you go to 5, and you go up 3 from 5, you'll get 8, so that's positive 8. If you go to the number line, you go to 5, you go down 2, so you'll end up at positive 3. Here, these things are both the same size, so they'll cancel out. On the number line, you go up to positive 5, and then you go down 5, and you'll get to 0. Now for this one here, you're at 5, and you go down 8, and that'll take you to negative 3. But what you could do is, the signs are different, so you take the difference. What's the difference between 5 and 8? The difference between 5 and 8 is 3, and the biggest is negative, so it's going to be a negative 3. Up here, the difference between 5 and negative 2 was 3 again, and it's going to be positive 3 because positive 5 is, the 5 is bigger than the 2. Down here, negative 3 and negative 3, you're at negative 3, you go down 3, you'll end up with negative 6. It's like adding up your bills, your debts. Your negative 3 plus negative 3 will give you negative 6. Now, negative 3 plus positive 3 will give you 0 because they're the same size and cancel out. And negative 3 plus negative 2, you're at negative 3, go down 2, you get to negative 5. But it's just like adding your debts up, your bills. You see, there's one bill for $3, another one for 2, so you owe a total of 5. And this one here, same sort of thing, that will be negative 8. And we're done. And before I sign off, I need to tell you that if you made a few mistakes, that's fine, because when you're making mistakes, your brain grows. And if you didn't get it all quite right, if you didn't get everything right on test 2, what you should do is go back to this video in 2 or 3 days' time and do it again. It'll help you remember and learn things better.